Hey, I'm Lewis Hamilton, and I race for Mercedes-AMG Petronas Formula One team. I truly believe in manifesting things. If you have a goal or a dream, I think you have to speak it into existence, and then you have to work towards it. I wanted to be a Formula One driver. I am. Wanted to be a world champion. I am. Started racing when I was 8 years old. I actually started racing radio-controlled cars when I was 4. I seem to remember when I was like 5 or 6 watching Ayrton race. It's the only thing I think I could probably sit still to watch. Every single one of us athletes believes we're the best. And if you start to compare yourself to someone else, you can easily start to doubt yourself. There's not a single driver that I race with that inspires me. I'm inspired by one driver, and that was Ayrton Senna. It feels like a roller coaster ride that you're in control of. Current bucket lists: climb Mount Everest, learn a language, go to space, do the moonwalk. Just before the lights go out, it's generally probably one of the calmest moments of the weekend.
Lewis Hamilton is dying in front of our eyes. Not literally, but the 7-time champion that we all knew is almost gone. 15 races at Ferrari, 0 podiums, 50 seconds behind his teammate in Monaco. Meanwhile, he's producing Hollywood films with Brad Pitt, building fashion empires, and running foundations that transform lives. 2026 is the deadline. New regulations, one last shot at glory. Or is it just one moment that Lewis Hamilton finally admits what we're all kind of already thinking? F1 can no longer contain him. This is the story of a legend wrestling with the one question that no champion wants to answer. When is it over? Why Ferrari became a nightmare. For 15 years, he was Mercedes, 6 world championships, 84 wins, but Ferrari was supposed to be his crowning achievement, the chance to do what even Michael Schumacher couldn't: bring glory back to F1's most legendary team. Ferrari gave him everything: a massive salary, a promise of a championship car, freedom to reshape team culture. This was meant to cement his legacy as the undisputed greatest. Instead, 15 races in, Hamilton hasn't reached a single podium on a Grand Prix Sunday. So think about it, a 7-time champion, not even 3rd place? He's been out-qualified by teammate Charles Leclerc in all but 2 sessions. In Monaco, he finished 50 seconds behind Leclerc, 50 seconds in a sport measured in tenths. The psychological impact has been devastating. Hamilton went from calling critics yappers after winning a sprint race to literally telling Ferrari they should replace him because he's useless. Italian journalist Leo Turini explained it perfectly. Hamilton underestimated Leclerc, and when he realized his mistake with an underperforming car, his entire mood darkened. This matters because Hamilton never experienced this level of failure. He's always been the benchmark. Now he's the one being benchmarked and losing badly. But here's the twist. He has an empire waiting outside the racetrack. The empire that's already built. Most F1 drivers worry about life after racing. Hamilton's already kind of living in it. Let me explain the scale of what he's been building. In Hollywood, Hamilton wasn't just a celebrity cameo in the F1 movie, he was a producer alongside Brad Pitt and Jerry Bruckheimer. Director Joseph Kosinski said they literally couldn't have made the film without him. Hamilton caught technical errors down to which gear should match which sound. He shaped storylines, wrote dialogue about why racers race, and this is real film production work. His fashion career isn't endorsement deals. The Tommy Hilfiger collaboration in 2018 created Tommy X Lewis, full collections that he co-designed. His Plus 44 brand drops limited editions that sells out in hours. Dior made him a brand ambassador and a guest designer in 2024. Hamilton openly said, "I really see a future in this world." The music, He spent 10 years secretly writing and recording. He was XNDA on Christina Aguilera's 2018 track Pipe, wrote his verse in 2 hours, and he has unreleased songs ready to drop. Mission 44 might be his biggest achievement. He pledged £20 million of his own money. The foundation just committed $2 million over 3 years for US programs. They've partnered with HP and IBM to create real STEM pathways for unrepresented youth. And this is what you call a systematic change. This is not just a charity. He owns the X44 Extreme E team. He's even invested in a plant-based company called Neatburger, helped acquire fashion magazine W, and each venture is succeeding independently. The infrastructure for his post-F1 life is already generating millions. When your side projects bring more joy than racing, the mind, well, it starts to wonder why his mind has already left. Watch Hamilton now versus 2 years ago. The former F1 driver Robert Dornbos described it perfectly. He said, hoodie up, riding his scooter between commitments, looking isolated, looking lonely, disappointed with himself. This is the same man who used to own every room he entered. The self-doubt is eating him alive. After apologizing to Ferrari for a crash, he literally told them to find another driver. That's not reverse psychology, that's genuine despair from someone who's never failed at this level. Here's the revealing part about all of this. Hamilton told Time magazine his retirement dream is driving a 1961 Ferrari California Spider down the Pacific Coast Highway with his dog Roscoe. Notice what's missing. No mention of championships, no mention of records, or even racing. It's just freedom. That's someone whose mind has kind of already left the sport. The contradiction is killing him. Monday through Wednesday, he's a successful businessman, a producer, and a designer. Then, from Thursday through to Sunday, he's struggling to beat his teammate. The mental whiplash of going from boardrooms where he's respected to a spot where he's underperforming is unsustainable. But 18 more months of this torture leads to one question. Does 2026 even matter? Why 2026 is everything. F1 completely changes in 2026. New engines, new cars, new aerodynamics. Basically, starting from zero. History shows these regulation changes can completely flip the competitive order. Mercedes dominated after 2014's changes. Red Bull conquered the 2022 rules, and then Ferrari could nail the 2026. Now, for Hamilton, this represents his final shot. At 41 years old, if Ferrari builds a championship car, maybe he gets that 8th title, and then he retires as the undisputed greatest of all time. But if Ferrari fails again, he faces 2 more years of what he's experiencing now. The succession planning has already started. Jenson Button said Hamilton's 2026 performance will determine if he continues or retires. Reports say Carlos Sainz is positioned as Hamilton's replacement. Oscar Piastri and his manager are allegedly discussing 2027 with Ferrari. Former Haas boss Gunther Steiner put it bluntly: if 2026 doesn't work, Hamilton will say that's it. But give Ferrari time to find someone else. Professional to the end. The gamble is massive. Wait for 2026 and maybe get redemption or endure 2 more years of struggle while his businesses need his attention and younger drivers treat him as just another midfielder. So, what does each ending actually look like? If you're captivated by the human stories behind F1's biggest names, then make sure to subscribe. We dive deep into the careers, controversies, and the crucial decisions that shape the sport that we all love. Hit that notification bell to follow every twist in Hamilton's journey and the story of F1's greatest champions. But right now, let's get back to the video. The three futures. Hamilton faces three possible endings. If Ferrari fails, he endures 2 more years of humiliation, retires at 42, tied with Schumacher, but remembered as the champion who couldn't let go. His business empire stalls while he chases an impossible dream. If Ferrari delivers, he wins his 8th title at 41 years old in Ferrari's red, retires on top, and becomes a cultural icon who rewrote what legacy truly means. The ultimate fairy tale. If he leaves now, no 8th title, but total freedom. Within months, he's producing more films, expanding Mission 44, releasing music, and by 2030, people remember Hamilton as the cultural force who proved athletes can transcend sport. The choice? Risk failure for glory or choose wisdom over records. Only he knows which fear is stronger. 2026 will answer everything. Fairy tale or failure, glory or goodbye. But here's what makes Hamilton so unique. When he finally decides, he won't be ending his story, he'll be choosing which story to continue. So, if you were Lewis Hamilton, what would you choose? Chase the 8th title and risk being remembered as the champion who stayed too long? Or walk away, preserve your legacy, and build something bigger than racing? Drop your thoughts in the comments down below, guys, and don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. And guys, I will catch you on the next one.